I can still go over it. All right, Trading View. Everybody should know how to use it. You got your chart settings, so you can right click anywhere on your screen, go down to settings, and you can change the appearance. A lot of people, I see a lot of people that still got like grid lines on the screen. Normally, I just take off my grid lines because I like my screen to be clear. A lot of people may still got grid lines and session breaks on the screen, all kind of stuff. But I just got my chart clear, so I would put my grid lines to match the color of my background, and put the opacity to 0. Right, I don't normally have any session breaks. Right, events. Sometimes you might see this ticked show economic events, so you might see little flags at the bottom of your chart or something. All right, all of that there I remove. If you want to change your candlestick colors, you could come into symbols and you can set the colors to however you feel like. All right, you can change the time zone at the bottom here. All right, in symbols, you can come and change the time zone. So I got mine set to this time zone, which I think is our time zone. All right, UTC, yeah, UTC -4. So my candles will be set to our time. All right, I won't go study too hard with my Trading View. All right, currently we're using this MACD, MACD 4C. All right, some people may still got the old MACD, but to add this new MACD, you just come to indicators. All right, I think it's this. All right, indicators. In MACD 4C. And is this first one by squatter at the top. Right, now is the one I have. You could go into settings on the MACD, on the indicator, and you could change the colors, the signal line color, the 0 line. You can make it thicker, all of that nice stuff, so you can see it more clearly. All right. You got all your tools at the side. Trend line, horizontal line, horizontal array. You got your shapes, rectangle, triangle. You got your brush if you wanna mark up the chart. You got your ruler for measuring, right? Measuring the pips. Okay. So this would be 29 pips. You can see the number right here. Let me see, what else, what else, what else? Right over here on the right hand side, you got some different things that you use. I mainly use these two. So this one, depending on how you upgraded your Trading View, you could create a watch list. So if you follow in 3 pairs, you could create a list and add pairs to that list. So when you create your list, let me see if I will create a new list. Training. Yeah. And whatever my pair is, I could just come in the top and I could add Euro USD. Now you got different, you got the same pair, but over here you will see a different exchange offering their representation of that pair. So it mainly looks the same, but you might see slight discrepancies or slight differences if you choose different exchanges, right? So Karen normally uses Oanda, All right, I use FXCM, but it don't really matter in the overall essence of things, right? But once you pick one, try to stick to that one, because if you come back and click a different exchange, you're not going to see a markup on that exchange. All right. So you could, and the symbol would get added to my watch list. So you can add some pairs there and follow them. All right. And this next alarm clock is alerts. So your alerts will come up here. So if it was to create an alert, I would just right click, add alert, and I could select how I want it to be notified, and I could send a message to myself so that when the alerts triggers, I would see the message. Right? You could also set alerts on the MACD. To set alerts on the MACD at a particular, so let me say you want to set alert at the crossing of the 0 line. You could do that, but I think with the free accounts on Trading View, you're limited to one alert. All right, and the alerts will come up here in this alert tab. Okay. All right, so the next thing would be zooming in. So on a one-on-one I did with Marcia, she had her screen like this. All right, all last week when I was telling Marcia to post the chart, she had her screen like this. So to zoom out, if you want to see the bigger picture a little better, you could click over here on the right hand side where you got your axis. Some people got the axis to the left, but I got mine to the right. I guess majority of persons will have their axis to the right. And you could just click on the axis and you could scroll it down or up. And then you send it up, it would widen my candles. And then send it down, it would smallen them. This is on the axis on the right hand side, the x-axis, and then the y-axis down here at the bottom. You could move it left and right to adjust the image, right? If you're using a mouse, you could use the little ball in the middle and that should do it. But if you just got a trackpad, this is the next way to do it, like on your laptops. All right. Also, when you come above the y-axis in the middle, you got some keys here. So you got zoom in and out, which basically does the same thing. All right. Zoom in and out. Scroll left. Let's move a little too slow for me. And scroll right. And then this circle arrow is to reset the chart. Right, so it takes you back to a nice view. Right, the main view. So you click reset. Also, this button down here, the auto button. Right, when this is checked, you will not be able to move the screen as freely or the chart as freely. But when you uncheck that, you could move the screen up or down as you please. Right, so if I zoom in, I can move the screen as I please to alter my chart to see the whole screen or how much ever the screen I want to see. Okay. Also, when you, like say I want my MACD to disappear for a little bit, I could double click anywhere on the screen and it will disappear. Double click again and it will come back. So if you wanna get rid of the indicators as a distraction, you could just double click and you will see pure price. All right, so just some tips to help you guys when you going through Trading View.
How do you get your icons to the bottom side?
To the bottom here.
Yeah.
All right, so when you click, you see the little stars.
Oh.
you could take
Okay.
your favorite
Okay. Gotcha.
icons. Yeah, you could click your favorite icons and you will get a favorites bar to the bottom.
Okay.
Right. Also, this little button here. Right. There's an undo button. So if you missed it and delete all your chart markups, like say you had bare lines, you support resistance lines and stuff, and you missed it and delete that line, you can press this button right here, and it will undo. It will undo what you did, right?
Okay.
This button here, and then you can go back forward. Right, same thing like on Microsoft Word, you will got the undo and forward buttons. Right, if your background a little noisy, make sure to mute your mic unless you want to ask a question. Right, Jamal? Jamal? Can you hear me? Right, good job, buddy. All right, so I can just I can log in on my phone, and we could just see how Trading View is on the phone and MetaTrader 4. Right, just give me a second.
If you see my earphones up there, can you see?
All right, so I log in on my phone now. Just give it a few.
You have to sleep with your daddy tonight.
All right, so we on my phone. Everybody can see.
Yeah.
Is my Wi-Fi?
All right, so I got Trading View app downloaded on my phone.
I hear cat. That's it.
All right, Trading View app, and this is how it would come up. All right, with my watch list. So you could do at the bottom. I could come to chart. All right, and at the top where it has land, I could tick that, and I could type in the pair looking for, GBP USD, and select the one I want. All right, and when I'm using my phone, I normally just turn my screen sideways so I can get a good view of my screen, right? So I normally use the Trading View app for my alerts. So I log in on my phone, and when the alerts come through, I will be able to see the alerts on my phone. Right, when the alerts come through, I will be able to see the alerts on my phone. So if I only go, I would check my phone, and if I gotta enter the trade, I would just go over to MetaTrader 4 and enter the trade. Right, so obviously when the alert pops up, I would already have my stop loss and my take profit, all the confirmations I was looking for, and I would have pre-planned this trade. So I was just waiting on an alert, and when it hit, I would check my MetaTrader, my Trading View, and then I may go to MetaTrader 4. Right, it may come out and go to MetaTrader 4. And I'll go to the chart and do what I gotta do. So let me say GBP USD. All right, I got some indicators here on my phone. So everybody, I guess most people will know how to operate on the phone, right? Any questions about MT4 on your phone? I could spend a little time just going through the basics, but if nobody ain't got no questions, they would just touch a few things and go forward. All right, so when you click on each screen, you just got your different time frames. All right, the letter F, when you hit that, and that will take you to your indicators. So I got various moving averages and the MACD on my indicator list for MT4. All right, when you hit again, you got your crosshair. So this would identify, when you want to identify various levels on your chart. You see, as you move it, you will see the price to your right moving. All right, and these things in the circle also at the top. Okay, so the shapes. Right, when you click the shapes, I got a number of things, a lot all objects that I would have selected, but I can click the plus sign at the top. Right, the plus sign at the top right hand corner, and I could add new shapes. Let me select the trend line. All right, so I could put down my trend line. So let me say I want to count pips on my phone. All right, I got my entry there, and I want to put my stop loss above this height. All right, above this height. You will see in the top left hand corner under GBP USD, you will see the number 12, then you will see a slash, then 492, right? That middle number will show you my pips. So we're looking at the 4 and the 9. The last digit we would exclude, right? And the same thing on MetaTrader 4 on the computer, but you use the crosshair instead of the shapes. So using my trend line here, and it would basically measure my distance from the base to how far I want to take it, and I could count my pips that way. All right, when I let go, it would end that display. But as I'm holding it,
Show me that again.
all right, no problem. All right, so when I click anywhere on the screen, the little circle will come up, and the shapes, I will hit the shapes.
Right.
All right, then I will hit the plus sign in the top right corner.
Uh-huh.
Right, and I could select what I want. Normally I would use the trend line. All right, and once I selected it, I would put where I want to start my trend line, and then start to drag. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So say I put it by entry there just now, and then I start to drag up.
Uh-huh.
So if I wanna set my take profit level, I will put my take profit level, let me say somewhere out here.
Mm.
Right, 45 or 50 pips. But if I want to set like a 30 pip TP, I would measure 30 pips. Right, and I will let go, and then it will hit my cross here, and then I could go and check the price level at that point.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right. It might seem a little tedious with the phone, but after you get some practice, it will become a little easier. And also too, you don't gotta use your phone in this view. You could turn your phone sideways too
Hmm.
on MetaTrader 4. Just give it a little time. I guess it's loading. I don't know if it's stuck. All right, you guys can see it up.
Ah, yeah, I can see.
It turned to landscape mode. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So landscape mode, you could get a broader view of things, depending on how you like to view your charts. All right. And you get a nice broad view. Okay. Now I can just go back. All right. So taking partial profits. So right now I have a pound trade, pound USD, and I have that a lot of. I got the lot size as 0.2. All right, so if I wanted to close half my position, all right, I would hold down and swipe to my left. This on Android, right? Hold down and swipe to my left, and then I would hit the little circle with the tick, all right? And at the bottom you see close with profit. Now this close with profit is if I were to close the whole trade, all right? So at the top, you would see 0.2 still, but I could decrease that to, let me say, half, which would be 0.1. So at the bottom, you will see the close with profit figure, it decrease, right? So if I wanted to take half of my trade, right, I would just change the lot size, decrease the lot size to whatever. In this case, half would be from 0.2 to 0.1, and then I could take some of my profits. Or if I'm in negative, I could decrease my position and close some of my loss before I lose more, right? Let me say I missed it and over leverage and I enter a too high a lot size. I could close to the position I wanted, right? There's demo. There's demo right here. Right, I ain't got no trades running live right now. So I open one demo to show the group. Right, so I close half my position and now it would have changed from 0.2 to 0.1 and my entry will still be the same. All right, my entry will still be the same and I will just have a smaller position running. All right, so instead of closing the trade and opening a new trade, you could take some of your profits, move your stop loss above your entry into profits, and leave the rest of the trade to run to TP2 or a higher TP if you wanted to. All right. Also, right. So that's basic Trading View, MetaTrader 4 and Trading View. All right. All right, so I guess on the iPhone, you could, when you hit modify, you will gotta see if there's an option to change the lot size before you close. But Karen has an iPhone, so I think she would better be able to help you guys with the iPhones. All right, and I just going back over to the computer. All right, Ryan asked about logging into accounts on MetaTrader 4. All right, you mean logging in on your phone, Ryan? You can unmute your mic and ask. All right, logging into account on your phone. You would just have to have your login details. In the top left-hand corner, you will see the MetaTrader 4 logo. When you hit that, you should see Manage Accounts. You would hit Manage Accounts, and then in the top at the right-hand side, you will see a plus sign. You will hit that plus sign, log into an existing account, search for your broker, and enter the details. Right, Ryan? If you get in trouble with that, I will go through that with you when we have our one-on-one. Right? All right, so that's it for the basics. That's it for the basics of Trading View and MetaTrader 4. All right. Any questions? Anybody? Any questions or any problems that you would have had with Trading View or MetaTrader 4 and going through the platforms? All right, you can unmute your mic and ask the questions or drop it in the chat. All right, so if not, I can move on. All right, so this pair right here looking at NZD/USD, we can now go through how to trade your stop loss. All right, so with trading your stop loss, I would normally do that manually. You know, everybody should know to enter the stop loss and take a profit. So when you enter a trade, you will see your entry price. Okay, you should see your entry price, and after the trade is into profits, what you would do is you go to modify. All right, you would go to modify, and I can go trade on my phone. I can log back in and go trade on my phone, just so it's clear. All right, just give me a sec. All right, so into MetaTrader 4. All right, so we got the trading screen. All right, so let me use the Euro NOK example. Underneath Euro NOK sell 0.01, the first number to the left hand side of the arrow will be your entry price. All right, so if you're selling and you're in profits, price would be below that number. Okay, so you can see here the price, I'm in profit, so the price to the right side of the arrow is 10.1208. So that's below my entry price. So what I would do on Android, you could hold on the trade, right? And I could press modify order. Okay, and at the top, you should see modify order, sell 0.01 you're not at, and that is your entry price there, right? So if I'm in profits, I would know my stop loss, I would be putting below that entry price, all right? So even without checking the charts to identify where I want to put my stop loss, when I trade in it or put it in at break even, the first thing for me would be to put it at break even. So any figure below that number, that entry price number, once I'm in profits, I could put in. All right, 1.01, let me say 9,200. All right, so I'm in a sell trade. This figure that I just entered is lower than my entry price. So once I hit modify, all right, and I go to the charts.
Or about you're gonna sell.
Yeah, I'm in a sell.
Are you taking profits?
No, I was adjusting my stop loss. I'm putting
you're
it
adjusting your stop loss. Okay.
Yes, right. So I'm making the trade a risk-free trade.
Right, gotcha.
Right. So if price were to reverse and come back to my entry, as long as my stop loss is at break even or in profits, I would not lose any money. Okay. All right. So right now my sell trade is the green line at the top. I'm trying to get it a little closer. Right. This should be a little better. All right. You can see the two lines there, the green line and the red line. I'm in a sell trade, so my green line is my entry line, and my stop loss is now below my entry line on this sell trade. All right. So let me say I wanted to trail my stop loss a little lower into profits. I could use my cross here, the little cross at the top. I will hit that, and then let me say I want to bring my stop loss down a little further. Let me say right here. All right, at 0.15619. Okay, I would note that number or whichever level I want to put my stop loss to. If I want to put it above a swing point or structure or whatever the case may be, I would look at the price where I want to put my stop loss and then go back to my trading screen, hold down the trade, modify order, and then I could set my stop loss, which has the red on the line. All right, the one with the green on the line is my take profit side. And I could change my stop loss to the number that I wanted. I can't really remember the number, but let me say that was the number. All right, so when I go back to my chart, you will see the red line came down lower. All right, so if price came back and hit that stop loss, the profits in between there, I would see on my screen, on my account screen. All right. So the trade would close and I would see whatever profits I would have made when price reverse and hit my stop loss in profits. right? You would the trade would close, and whatever profits you would have made would be yours. Okay, so that is how I would modify my stop loss and trail it as price is going down. I would bring my stop loss lower and lower. Right, first putting it at break even, and then if price continues to drop, I could move it lower down. All right. So when you get a signal in the group and you moving around, you can find some time, go on your phone and modify the trade. If you see like 20 pips in profit or 15 pips in profit, and you want to be safe, you could move your stop loss down to break even, and even close part of your position if you're entered at a size bigger than 0.01, which is the smallest lot size. Once it's bigger than that, you could close part of your position. All right, so that is modifying your stop loss on your phone. All right, the first call I did, I went trade on MetaTrader 4 on the PC, but I would go over that on the next call. All right, so SRTs, right? SRTs is abbreviation for support, resistance, and trend lines, right? And PRZ is abbreviation for price reversal zone. All right, so let me see who on this call. Alicia, you want to talk to me? I want to hear Alicia's voice. You can unmute your mic and talk. Anybody? Alicia? Anybody home? I want to know what is support. All right. Give me a definition for support, please.
Good night, Omar.
Yes, good night there.
Support is where we're getting a lot of feedback.
Hmm?
Support is where the market comes down and touches and reverses at any point in time.
All right, that sounds good. All right, anybody else want to give it a try? I want to hear resistance now. Thanks, Alicia. Somebody else. What was resistance? I want to hear June Burnett.
Oh, I was going to think about
All right, go ahead, Marcia.
resistance is where price is rising and it finds difficulty in getting past a particular zone.
All right, that sounds good. All right, so those are two good definitions for resistance and support, right? So with resistance is always above price, right? And price would be in an uptrend, so it will be heading up, and then it would hit a certain area or a certain price point that the market fails to break past, right? So it would hit that area and then turn around. Support now would be an area when below price, when the market is heading down, that price will stop at, fail to break below, and turn around. All right, so those are basic definitions for support and resistance. Okay, so something very basic now is how the market moves. The market moves in three directions: down, sideways, and up. All right, so when the market is moving in any direction, it would give you swing points. All right, nice swing points. Okay, so if it's moving down, you will get some swing points. All right, I just showing you an example using lines, but obviously these swing points you will see candles at these areas. All right, so the market is in a downtrend, and you will see candles at all these swing points. Now, at any given swing point, you might see a pattern, all right? And the basic thing you would see, basic candle pattern you would see would look like this. All right, these candles on the left-hand side may be green. Let me say green because we were in an uptrend here. And then these candles might be red. Okay, and this candle might just have a long wick. All right, so this candle in the middle would give you your swing point, right? So let me say we in this downtrend on my chart, on my we in this downtrend here, and at any particular swing point, so like right here at this peak, we will see candles giving off this pattern here, with one candle that is higher than the two to the left and the two to the right. And this is how I would identify a swing point. Right, the easiest swing point to identify when you see one candle in the middle that is high, and two to the left and two to the right that are lower. And this is a swing high. Right? The swing high which I have circled here, you might see this sort of candle pattern. So for a swing low now, you will see the reverse. Right? You will see one candle at the bottom that is lower than the two to the left and the two to the right. All right, so in a downtrend, you might see this swing low at the bottom, right? And you will see swing lows, and these swing lows will be going lower and lower, right? In a downtrend, you will start at a high point, then you will get lower highs all the time. The highs will be coming lower and lower, and the lows will be coming lower and lower, right? While in an uptrend, you would have your highs going higher and higher, and your lows would be going higher as well. All right, so these swing points would be going higher as well. All right, so everyone make sure to have these, to got this down pat for these swing points. All right, any questions? Any questions, you can unmute your mic and ask me. All right, so these swing points are very important, especially when you want to identify your support and resistance areas, and when you're trying to draw your trend lines. You pay attention to these swing points. Okay. All right, so let me look at this chart now. And we're gonna look at these swing points. Oops. We're gonna look at these swing points on this chart. All right, let me start with the current market. All right, so over here, we in, what kind of trend is this? Anybody in the chat You could type it. What kind of trend I seeing here? Somebody unmute your mic or put it in the chat. Right, an uptrend. All right. So in this uptrend, we're gonna have higher highs and higher lows. Right. So the swing lows will be getting higher, and the swing highs will be getting higher as well. Okay. So for our uptrend, I normally look for the lowest point to start my uptrend when I'm drawing a trend line. Okay, so my lowest point in this case would be right here. And I will start to draw my trend line coming up. And I try to connect these swing lows, right? So my swing lows, I will draw my trend line trying to connect those points as best as possible. All right, so like that. Or even if you wanted to put it to the current swing point, you could do that. All right, and remember what I showed you guys just now with the swing points, how you identify the swing points. We can look at this first one that I identify here. This first swing point, how the candle's forming. Okay, you see one candle to the middle, in the middle, and two candles to the left, and two candles to the right that are higher than this middle candle for the swing low. All right, and that's how you would identify my swing point. All right, so I use the swing points to plot my trend line. All right, so I will use these swing points to plot my trend line, and I can just use these two mainly and extend. All right, so I got my trend line drawn there. If you want to draw a trend line to the top, making like a channel, you could look for your swing highs at the top and just connect those as well. So you could create a nice little channel if you please. All right, so that's using the swing points to draw your trend line. Okay. Now, drawing support and resistance. You would use these swing points to draw your support and resistance levels as well. All right. So starting from the bottom, when I click my horizontal line, I could drop a line here, and that would be my swing point. That would be my resistance line, right at the tip of my swing point. Another swing point here, I got another resistance line, right? If I'm looking at the top, I got my swing points that are high, right? These points that's sticking out. These I will use these as my swing points, and I could put my resistance above, right? And you can see how the market turns from these areas, right? Always remember the definition. An area where the market for resistance, the area where the market was heading down and failed to break below and turn around. All right, when the market turns around at a particular area, it will give you a swing. All right, that's why these swing points are very good for marking your support and resistance. Okay, so once you can identify a nice candle pattern, it is not going to always look like this, as clean as this. This is a clean one. All right, sometimes it may look like this is swing high up top here. All right, it may look like these swing highs, but these areas are outstanding because you have a nice long wick. So that's why these areas jump out at me to use them as swing swing highs. Okay, so this is how you would draw your resistance, support, and your trend line. Right, the main thing is to understand these swing points. All right, so make sure you understand that, and that will help you in plotting your SRT lines. Now, I'm looking for next definition. I want to hear what an engulfing candle is. All right, somebody unmute your mic. Please give me a definition for engulfing candle. Anybody, somebody.
It's basically candlestick pattern, which is a large candle
Mm-hmm.
from from a support or a resistance area
Mm-hmm.
that tells you that the market is ready to go in a specific direction.
All right, that's a great definition. Right, the keyword that stuck out to me in that definition was a large candle. Right, engulfing candle is a large candle. Anybody want to give a next definition? All right, somebody else, a next definition, engulfing candle.
I think it is when the candle on the right, the second candle is about 2 to 3 times bigger than the candle immediately on the left.
Okay, all right, that's a very good definition as well. All right, so merging the two together, you will have a candle to the right. Let me just zoom in. So let me say this candle right here. All right, so Marcia said a candle that is 2 to 3 times bigger than the candle to your left. All right, so I don't know how good my averaging skills are, but I would say this black candle right here looks like it's 2 times bigger the candle to its left. So basically, you're looking for the candle to cover the candle to directly to its left, or a number of candles to the left. Right? It could be the one directly to its left, or it could be a number of candles. Right? It would basically cover those candles. All right. Another example is down here. All right, 2 times bigger the candle to its left. This white candle engulfs that candle there, right? And in some cases, it will cover more than one candle. So this white candle right here engulfs these 1, 2, 3, and almost 4. All these candles here, it basically would cover those candles, right? So if I had to draw a rectangle around that candle, and I had to extend that candle to the left, make it a bit wider. All right. If I had to make that candle a little thicker, all right, I would see this candle is covering these candles to the left. All right. So if I had to put Coach Kier next to Joanne, right? Coach Care would be the engulfing candle, and Joanne will be the candles that that get devoured. Right, perfect example of an engulfing candle. All right, Coach Care.
No cursing, Karen. No cursing.
What you want, buddy?
I was just using you as an example of an engulfing candle. All right, so class on Sunday we could get Coach Care and use you as an example when we want to go over the engulfing candle.
Listen.
All right, so engulfing candles, everybody should got that down pat for now. Right, and if you realize a lot of these engulfing candles, you see it at the swing points. So at my support and resistance levels, you will see these lovely engulfing candles. Okay. So these engulfing candles, I use them a lot of the time as confirmation to get into a trade, right? Especially when price comes to an area, when I look left and I realize is a strong support or resistance area, and price is coming back there again. If I see an engulfing pattern, engulfing candle start to form, leaving that zone and price starts to turn off of that zone with an engulfing candle, that would be a good confirmation for me to enter the trade, right? Put my stop loss beyond the support or resistance and enter the trade in the direction of the engulfing candle to take the market. In this case, over here on the with these candles here, I would enter a nice sell trade after I got my engulfing candle. All right, so I normally look for engulfing candles on the 1 hour time frame and up to get a strong confirmation, right, that I can enter my trade in my direction. Okay. All right, so that's support, resistance, and trend lines. Now, the price reversal zones. Okay. So we also use the engulfing candle to identify your price reversal zones. All right. You can look for a good example. All right, let me start at the base of the trend. All right, so we're in the uptrend. All right, we got a nice swing point right here, a nice swing. I can just cut off the market a little bit. So we got a nice swing right here, right? A nice engulfing candle, engulfing this candle directly to its left. All right, so if I wanted to draw a zone, okay, I could draw the area here. All right, or even if I wanted to bring it down a little further. All right, all of that would be my zone. So basically what you're doing is that you're looking at the engulfing candle and the previous candle, right? And boxing in all of the previous candle, okay? So something very basic is that with an engulfing candle is a candle that is large, and we use engulfing candles to identify a zone that price broke out of, right? So on the smaller time frame, this one candle may be seen as a zone. So let me just drop down to the M30 or M15. Right? So you will got a nice little zone with some candles in it, and you will see one candle breaking out of that zone or into that zone. A better example would be over here. I can box it up again. Right? You can see price was in a nice zone here, or what we will call consolidation, or in a range. And what we have here is a nice big engulfing candle leaving our zone. Right? So when a zone is like this with a lot of consolidation, what we need to break out of that zone most of the time is a large engulfing candle covering a lot of the candles to the left, right? And if you realize as well, to get into this zone, what we had some engulfing candles. Firstly, this one here, and then a next one to get into this zone. So this zone, I would say, is a strong zone because we need a lot of momentum or big candles to get in and out of that zone. All right, so this is I would say, a strong price reversal zone because only big candles come in and out of that zone, if you understand what I'm saying. All right, so when we identify a zone, what you could do, I use my rectangle, go into settings, and normally you will see style, coordinates, visibility. In coordinates, you could basically extend the rectangle out. So on this bottom number, it would add zeros, making the number bigger. And at this top number, right? So when I add the zeros, you see the rectangle extends out and identifies my zone. So if price comes back down in the future and hits my zone, I would tell myself, well, let me look for an engulfing candle in the opposite direction and probably look to enter a buy trade. Right, everybody following so far? All right, just drop it in the chat. Drop a 1, drop a 2 in the chat if you're following, or unmute your mic and let me know. All right, give me some feedback. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, so at this top number, I can enter a minus sign, and that will extend me out to the left. Right, so you can see previous, so you can identify if this zone was a good zone in previous price. Okay, so I got my zone there. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, so in this case, I could use this one candle because it was engulfed, or because this next candle here is nice and big as well, I could bring up my zone a little higher. All right. And something you will always be able to see is that one candle is sticking out of that zone, leaving the zone or coming into that zone. All right, so then it will do the same thing, settings, and extend out. Right, so price is leaving that zone, and I will be looking for price to come back into that zone and hopefully reverse like it did in the past. All right, so I can start to go forward. All right, the market heading up. All right, pause. All right, price came back into the zone. Okay, back into the zone a little bit and give me another nice engulfing candle. All right, giving me another swing point. So if I had to decide to try to plot my trend line, and how the market is moving now, I would have my trend line like this. All right, got my swing and plot my trend line. All right, and if I were to draw like a horizontal line right where this wick is, all right, I could get a nice area for support. All right, a nice support area as well, if I wanted to do that. All right, so I can just play some more. All right, and as the market headed up, I could even put another price reversal zone right here based on this engulfing candle. All right, but I can just leave this one for now and let the market continue to play. All right, pause. All right, so based on this next engulfing candle, all right, if I had to draw my zone there, based on this engulfing and the two candles here, you will see price coming back down right to that zone. All right, so if I had to draw my zone over here, even before price came back down, all of this will be my zone. It sounds so somebody is snoring. All right, all that will be my zone. Price come back down, hit off my zone. I get engulfing candle. I enter a buy trade. All right, and I looking to take the market up. Put my stop loss below. All right, let me see who's snoring on the call. Let me see if I can find anybody. That was shit. That's DJ.
Nah, DJ.
I started DJing. Got she camera off. Or he's still sleeping. Yeah, DJ must work hard. Right. So I can play on the market some more. All right. So let me just pause. All right. If we had entered off of this engulfing candle, we're in a nice uptrend, and we enter right there, put the stop loss below. The stop loss could be, I just bring it a little ways below. Let me say 20 pips, because you don't want to put it right below the swing point. You want to get a little room. If you entered based on the engulfing candle, and then you just buy the market, you would catch a nice 30, between 30 to 40 pips. All right, if you got a TP set to 30 pips, that would have been a nice trade. All right. I can just play on the market some more. All right, another swing point, a nice engulfing candle. You can put a next entry there, buy the market again. All right, and that's where the current market is. So the price was in an uptrend, and we hit this resistance area a number of times, and all the time it will hit and reverse, till price decided that this area was too strong to break, and it turned around and started to break the uptrend line. All right, with a nice, you see a nice engulfing candle here on the H1. But I'm sure if I change to the H4, you will see the same thing over here. A nice engulfing candle and a nice swing high over here. A nice swing high. 2 candles to the left, 2 candles to the right, 1 in the middle. All right, give you a nice area. And after we get this nice reversal, even on the higher time frame, right, everybody that went to Lindor on Saturday should know that after we get a nice engulfing candle, we're looking for a flag to form. All right, we're looking for the pattern. All right, we're looking for the pattern. So a nice flag is here forming. All right, when I drop down a couple time frames, we waiting for the flag to finish form, and we're looking for a retest of the 0 line. And then we can look to continue this sell trade. Okay, so even in the flag, when prices at the 0 line or above, you might see a nice bearish engulfing again. Okay, so price may come up, price may continue to flag sideways, or it may flag up. All right, and you might see a nice engulfing candle telling you, giving you a confirmation that you could look to sell and continue down. Okay, so if I were to plot a price reversal zone at the top, right, based on this engulfing and the candles to the left, I would have my zone here extended out to the future. And if the market keeps flagging, come all the way to my zone, and then again engulfing candle, I would have good confirmation to enter for a sell trade. Right? Sometimes the market may give you that engulfing and not sell before it reaches the zone, but that's when the MACD would come in handy. When you see the MACD come up and then start to head back down, right? Back down to the 0 line to break back below. So after you see the engulfing candle, you might start to see that happen. Okay, so that's how you would use the engulfing candle and the MACD and even the flag as confirmation, and the zone especially as confirmation to get in for a trade. All right. So one of the main things is the engulfing candles. Engulfing candles are very powerful confirmations. All right, can we do this illustration on gold? No problem. All right, so everybody got engulfing candles, price reversal zones, support, resistance, and trend lines down pat. Any questions before I move on? All right, I can go over this again sometime on the next call. All right, just to reiterate and make sure everybody understand, because
think too fast, let me know. Now,
all right, I can go over it again, but just make sure you guys got these things down pat, because it's gonna be happening over and over with price, and these are things that you need to be able to identify. All right, so I can look at gold.
A nice flag there for a drop.
Yeah, nice flag there. All right, so on gold, if I were to analyze this from scratch, all right, First things you're looking to identify these swing points that you could plot your support, resistance, and your trend lines. We're on the daily time frame. So the first thing you can see is price was in the uptrend and now it's in a flag. A nice sideways movement over here.
Mm.
All right, and remember on the daily time frame, so each of these candles is a day. All right, you got a nice trend line. I see a swing low here that I could use as my resistance, not resistance, support, sorry. All right, I got some swing points above as well that I could use as support, not support, resistance. All right, another one right here, another resistance. All right, and I got some swing points below that I could use as support. Right, you don't want to flood your chart with too much support or resistance. You just want enough around price, around where the current price is, you know, just to identify some good levels. So I got my downtrend line here, and I could even draw one below with my swing lows, right? So all these areas that's sticking out to me with the wicks, I could got my I could draw my channel, all right? So Marcia, this should look familiar to you. All right, some morning it was last week or week before. Me and Marcia went through some candlestick, some chart patterns. All right, so here on my background, all right, we got the falling wedge. I don't know if everybody could see it here in the upper right hand corner. All right, the falling wedge, a nice channel. And in the case of gold, price was on a trend, and then it started to give the falling wedge. And later, sometime later, we can look for a breakout and a continuation buy. All right, so that's what we're seeing here on gold now on the daily time frame. But remember, it's the daily, so it can take a while to play out. But eventually, we're looking for price to break out and continue in this buy. All right, so I got my main levels drawn on the daily. If I want to put another resistance level at this swing point, I could do that. All right, then I can draw down to the 4-hour time frame. Right, and I can look to do the same thing again. So on the 4-hour time frame now, I got my current market here, and price was in a downtrend, and now it started to give me a nice flag. All right, so I could start with my support and resistance levels. So right here, I got a nice swing point, right? And you can see the wicks coming to respect this swing point. In the past and in the future, price come and turn at this swing point. If I draw a trend line now, I could start from this low, the same thing we did with NZUSD, and draw a nice trend line. Right? If I want to channel it up, I could do that as well and use these swing highs and draw a nice channel. All right, so price was in a downtrend, and we get in the opposite wedge now. We get in the rising wedge. All right, so price was in a downtrend. Now we get in a rising wedge. So price is heading up, but we're looking for it to break and continue. All right, so we got a nice rising wedge here now. All right, and I got my support and resistance drawn up. Now I could start to plot some zones. Right, I could even drop down to the hour time frame, or I could stay on the 4 hour. But in this case, I can drop down. Yeah, you can see these swing lows being created. Right, mainly with the wicks. In this case, it's not as clean as the example with 2 candles to the left and 2 candles to the right that are higher. You will see it for some, right, but not for all. So like over here, you will see the pattern. Right, correct. So where current price is, you can see it starting to form up for a reversal. All we need is a nice engulfing candle. All right, you see the market heading down, and we get what we will call a doji or indecision candle, and we get some nice wicks to that area. All right, signaling that price may be starting to reverse. All right, and we got 1, 2, 3 touches. So we ain't really looking for price to break through on this third touch. We're looking for price to reverse. All right, Karen says she needed today. All right, everything takes time. We trading, so you got some patience, right, Karen? All right, Coach Care. All right, so it dropped down to my hourly time frame now. So we had price dropping down. So the same rules apply. I could draw my trend lines. Again, right? A nice trend line there. All right, I could identify my support and resistance levels. But I already have them drawn from before. The 4 hour ones are overlaying with the hourly time frame ones. You see resistance here, support here again, support here. All right, so we got some nice lines drawn out. All we need now is the price reversal zones. So we got current market here, and let me use this swing point right here. So if I draw a rectangle on the candles, I got my zone. Got my zone. Then I can extend it out. Same thing we did before. All right, I got a nice zone there. I'm pricing even making it all the way down to that zone. All right, and it's starting to get a nice consolidation here again. So what we could look for is to use this as a zone. All right, and since we're looking for a buy, we already got the consolidation here. We know that we got our trend line drawn. There's the third touch. We ain't really looking for price to break through. And we just gotta wait on an engulfing candle, signaling that we're reversing from this zone. All right, now in the chart markup, Lindar would have sent out, he would have had a nice support area using this swing point here, right? But price came down and reversed off the area once, and then it came down a little lower this time. All right, so we could still expect to see price reverse from that area. And if it breaks down lower, we still have this area here that's not been tested yet by price. So we can even look for price to tap down to that area and start to reverse on gold. Right, giving you what we'll call a fake out. Right, when it dipped below, it passed the trend in a little bit and then turn around. That's what we'll call a fake out. And we could got some nice zones marked out. All right. Yes, engulfing candle enter the zone. A nice big candle here enter the zone. So we could look for one to leave the zone. Right. Even down here, if I were to put my zone here instead, right, based on this engulfing candle here, you can see the 3 wicks coming down into my zone, and then the next engulfing candle signaling the buy. All right, but in this case, we had a little battle here between the buyers and the sellers because we got a nice engulfing candle up top here too. Right, and a nice zone up top here. So price would have came up to that zone, close to that zone, and decided to reverse and continue to sell. Right, so this is how you could box in price in a sense. After you get the swings, you start to box in price. All right, any questions, anybody? All right, feel free to unmute your mic and ask me any questions. All right, and remember zones on the higher time frame and support and resistance on the higher time frames will be a lot stronger than the ones on the lower time frame. So that's why we start on the daily and mark my zones around price and my trend lines and start to then work my way down to the hourly. Right? But normally recently I've been using the Monday highs and lows as my support and resistance zones and then draw my trend lines around price are based on my swing highs and lows, and let those suffice for me looking for my trades. All right, but we're just going through the basics here tonight: trend lines, support, resistance, and price reversal zones. Okay. All right, any questions, anybody? All right, the next thing, one more thing before I start to wrap up, is you see this little camera out here. When you click that, you can either save the image and it would appear on a tab on your browser, or you could copy the link. So when you wanna share your chart in a group, you could either click one of these. If you click this one, you would hit copy and then right click and paste it in the chat, or you could hit this and the image would pop up on your browser, and then you would just go copy and paste the image from the tab on your browser and share it in a group. Right, so when you're doing your chart markups or whatever the case may be, and you need it to be critiqued, you could share your chart in the group, mark up your charts, share them in the group, and we can help you get better at marking up your charts. Right? We will give you a little constructive criticism, right? And you will get better all the time. Don't be frightened to make any mistakes, right? Don't be PMing me, you chart markups. I know Jody on this call, but I prefer to see the markups in the group that everybody could take a look and see what mistakes not to make, right? And as they start to, or me or anybody start to critique it, we will see where the person went wrong. So you don't gotta make those mistakes, right? People in the group don't gotta make those mistakes, whatever the case may be, right? So that's why it's good to post them in the group, get the criticism, let everybody see what mistakes not to make, and stuff like that. Some nice stuff like that, right? And we will all improve and grow together. Right, correct. It helps everybody to be on the same level and advance together. Right, so one last thing before I go. Right, in the case, we got a nice engulfing candle here. Right, so sometimes we got support or resistance aligned, but instead we could identify a zone around that support or resistance or close to that support or resistance, right? So in this case, I got my engulfing candle, and I would say all of this could be my zone. Right? Sometimes you might see it just moving sideways, or you might see a little trend in that sideways movement. If sideways movement doesn't always happen horizontally, it may happen a little diagonal, right? Remember, a flag is consolidation as well. A little pullback is consolidation. So I could use this as my zone, right? And I have my engulfing candle leaving the zone, and price came back to that zone. And when I zoom in, I would probably see a nice engulfing candle, the same one that we have pointed out before. I will see that right there, close to my line or my zone. Right? Sometimes it just come and touch or go inside. Sometimes it just turn around before it even hit the zone. Right? So you gotta be vigilant sometimes. All right. Okay. So everybody should be a little bit more comfortable when marking up the support resistance trend lines and the PRZ price reversal zones. All right, the next thing, I would have started some one-on-ones yesterday, and today I got a couple scheduled for tomorrow, but you could just send me a message on Telegram if you want one-on-one, and I would try to fit you in for next week, right? Or even this weekend, once I got time, and we can have a nice one-on-one session. But I want everybody to be going through the academy, right? Don't just come to me for one-on-one and you ain't helping yourself. Because if I ask you questions, like if I ask people on this call questions about what you went through tonight and they can't answer me, either you didn't pay attention or you ain't going through the academy. Because all this information in the academy, I know it ain't gonna stick the first time, but that's why you're here going through it now again, and they're gonna go through it again in the future. All right, so make sure to go back to your academy and at least try to complete Forex Advanced. Okay, the market geometry and the harmonic mastery, you could give that a little time. All right, but at least try to go through the straight to advanced. You might see intermediate and technical analysis and get frightened, but all of that stuff is really fairly easy. And if you go through it once, when me or Karen or Shane come to go through it on a call, and the information will not be new to you. All right, so you would have seen the information before, and you might get that aha moment. Things might start to click, the gears might start to go off in your head, and it will start to make sense. But if you've seen it for the first time, you might be completely lost. All right, so make sure and go through the academy. If you haven't trained in a while, start to go back through, refresh. Even if you go back through where you went through before quickly, and then start to go through where you never went through yet, but spend some time in the academy and let me try to at least be finished up to Forex Advanced by early next year. All right, Christmas time, you can spend some time. It ain't gonna be the whole day. You can spend a couple an hour or two every day, even if it's half an hour. A lot of the videos pretty short. So you can spend a half an hour going through a couple of videos in the academy, another half an hour practicing your markups, and maybe a little time looking at the signals, right? I would say, if you get a signal, spend some time doing your markups on that signal, right? So it would make sense with the trade that you are in. And you can see the various zones and why we point out the take profit and stop loss areas based on support and resistance and all of that nice stuff. All right, so you guys could PM me about the one-on-ones, and I would schedule you in and get you a good time. I got most of next week free, but after next week I can get a little bit more busy, so I can try to squeeze in everybody between now and next week, or even on a night sometimes, depend on the person, right? So
Right. So I just wanted to
right.
touch base there. So Kamar, obviously I know that you mentioned that you want to do some one-on-ones. What I want to say is that I want to prioritize the beginners, right? So the beginners that are on this call, Akila, Shamona, I want you guys to book your one-on-ones with Kamar, right? Who else on here? Jamal too.
Right, Kamar,
I want you to go through some stuff with Jamal, like risk management and stuff. And and areas of where I'm meant to promote the market and so on. Kasha has a very a decent downline. She has her downline is quite big. So Kasha, I don't know, you should touch base with Kamar so that he can know the persons, because everybody in your downline is new. And if you have persons under you that are new, you need to make sure that they are plugging in. It makes no sense people joining the organization, you want to make money, but you're not plugging into the system. It does not make sense. Because coming on a one-off call with Kamar does not help the process. You could ask Shane, you could ask me, you could ask Kamar how many sessions Kamar and I did back in the day, getting at 5 o'clock in the morning, and different things that we had to go through in order to learn and understand what works for us, right? So you guys need to continuously plug in. This is nothing that happens in 2 days. This is nothing that happens in a month. A year from now, you guys will still be learning, because right now we're still learning. A couple months ago, Shane was looking at end patterns. And now later on, now Shane come and Shane dominate him under highs and lows. And now I could confidently say that Shane found his strategy, right, Shane?
True.
Shane found what works for him and what he's comfortable in. And a lot of you guys are going to go through that. But you can't think that you can't join the organization and say noble support and resistance is me, and then think that that's where your strategy might be. You could end it in a total different place a year from now with a total different mindset. So you guys need to plug in, right? Come on, Kamar calls. Make sure that you put it down. You know that Kamar does do beginner calls on a Thursday between him and Shane. Plug into the calls because some of you might actually prefer the Mondays, highs, and lows. And I would advise that you actually look into it because it's a pretty strong strategy, right? Make sure that you plug into on-right. If you know that on-right is going to come on between Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m., set your timer though. Make it a priority for you because I'm going to be very honest with you. The levels system had an update and levels looking real solid. I'm surprised that it is not IML's number one or top used product. That's the truth. I'm surprised, you know, because for me, it is more stable than steady bounce back. Well, so any other product that I know, they even the DeLorean. I purchased the DeLorean the other day and I was confused. I didn't even know where to start. I did it with 3 moving averages and it was just a lot of indicators on the screen. Whereas with what I love about levels is that you mixing the harmonic scanner basically with a strong support and resistance area, because that's what I would consider the Monday highs and lows. A very strong support and resistance where the market is tend to respect these highs and lows every single week. Right. So beginners, I want you to make it a priority. Kasha, you need to write down in your book a to-do list. Let me get Sharon, Crystal, Akila, whoever else that is in your downline. Make it a priority that they get one-on-one sessions next week with Kamar, right? Jamal, Shimon, I want you guys make sure that you slot in your time. Kafian, I am not easing it off of you. I need you to create a time with Kamar and please to stick to it so that you can get back in the game. You're too far out. You need to come back in the game, right? Makes no sense paying the subscription and you're unplugging in, right? And then after that, after we've finished the beginners, then I could confidently say that the advanced, the intermediate to advanced, me, Shane, and Kamar could then decide, well, we're gonna do one-on-ones with the rest. But we want everybody to be able to come and meet at the same level. And in order for you to do that, you have to plug in. It is your duty. All right, so that's it for me.
All right, Shane, got anything to add?
Not really. You just make it happen, man.
Yeah.
Right? And when you find a strategy, stick to your strategy. Even me right now, you know, sometimes although I am looking at the Monday highs and lows and that type of, I still find myself tempted to jump in the market. And I tell you, you just lose money like that. You just lose money like that. You gotta stick to what you believe in. You gotta stick to what you say that you're going to do. You know, ask Karen, Enoch, we was looking at Enoch, I tell Karen, Enoch gonna buy, on that Monday high. Then Karen tell me, man, no, man, looking for this to sell. And we went to look and draw I had a shoulders pattern and everything. Next day, man, say, see, I told that it's blasted thing and sell, can buy, and because it eventually probably would have sell, but still then I doubt myself based on the strategy that I believe in, right? So if you believe in a strategy, believe in it, right? And the Monday highs and lows, it's not really a strategy. It's just a system where you just trade in market structure. And market structure is what Karen always talking about. Key areas inside the market. Key areas inside the market, right? You may find a flag in between there, or you could draw your trend lines and that type of stuff to help box in and that type of stuff. But everything ties back into one another. Everything ties back into one another. So you just gotta stick to what you believe in, stick to what you say that you're going to do, and really and truly you can come out more profitable than not being so disciplined. Right? If you don't be disciplined, you're gonna find yourself in trouble. And it just go back to when you're a child. You're supposed to do something and you're going to do it, you get your backside cut. Understand? So you're supposed to jumping market when you're supposed to jumping market and you get your backside cut too from the money end.
Mhm.
Right? So
All right.
yeah, that's
So a lot of the beginners on this call, if you ain't really got a strategy or if you haven't found nobody yet, purchase levels, right? Is a good system, and it's fairly easy to understand. So even if you want to start with that and then maybe experiment with, right, one or two other systems, you could do that. But for me and Shane, we levels is a go-to for us, right? And we can do a lot of training based on Owen Wright's teachings and Stevenson Lindar's teachings, right? Karen has followed Stevenson a lot more, and we will more follow Oren. But even if you follow other educators, there's nothing wrong with that because trading is a personal venture. So although you may learn stuff under us, nothing's wrong with seeking more knowledge and trying to find something that you are make you more comfortable with or may resonate with you a lot more. Right? So if you start to follow another educator or want to learn about something else outside of those two, you're you're free to do that. Right? But for now, um, you could plug into Oren Right and the levels. Me and Shane gonna start to go through it a little more. Last time we went through it with how you could use the harmonic scanner and the Fibonacci, which was a little bit complex for some people, but um, we there's an easier method to trade it now, which Owen started to teach last week with the triangles, right? So that's the next thing we're gonna probably go through, right? And how to use the system. So if you're struggling with marking up charts and everything, but no, and you want something that may come fairly easy, you could purchase levels and start to watch on, right? And me and Shane will also go through it. Right? Shane would have built his account, a small account, from I think it was $20 to $100 in a week or two, right, Shane?
just over a week. Yeah.
Right, just over a week using the same level system. Right? And that's because Shane is always constantly plugging with the levels and stuff. And once you get the hang of it, you could do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
$20-something to over $100. And if you account at $100, you could probably take it to 2 or 3, even 4, right? If you stick to that one system and even using that and the signals as well, you could grow your account and make some money,
And,
right?
and, and not crossing you two people, I use a lot 0.01, 0.02. The
Right?
highest I probably went to is 0.03.
All right. So
Right?
good risk management. No problem, Lena. Good risk management, right? So I started a new account, right? $10, and I can strictly trade levels with this account, right? Strictly leave this account for levels, right? And see how long it will take me to grow it. I can also use my FX book, right, to track this account. And what I plan to do is I plan to share the login and the investor password with the team so that if you want to be able to go in and check the account and how it's progressing and if I getting through with using the strategy on building the account, you will be able to check once you plug in the login detail and the investor password. You'll be able to check on your phone or whatever the case may be, right? Or even if you want to check on my FX book, I will go and set that up so you could go on there and check as well. All right. So this is just to help you to believe in the strategy. And I had deposit the same $10 last week and I blew it. All right. But I wasn't using the system. I was trying some other signals and whatever the case may be. But no, because I know I confident in the system, I can just stick to the system now and see how I build this account, right? So that's it for me. Right, hope everybody gained some value from the call and enjoyed it. Right. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys for some one-on-ones. And let me make some money. Right. We had a hard week this week. We call outages and stuff, but just keep learning, keep pushing, and more gonna come. Right. We can always improve. Once you don't quit, you can always improve. Right. So good night to everybody.